Shey una remember, shey una no forget. Shey una no forget, shey una remember say General Ishola Williams na him don comot talk am as e be sake of say General Ibrahim Babangida e mention im name plus including Echetramo officers dem for im book wey he name Journey in Service.
Pre-June Trust saga, many officers and General Babangida mentioned their names in the book, did not want the election to hold, like he said. And they made up their mind that if the election was to hold, they were to make sure that it was cancelled. Secondly, too, they needed somebody to lead the group. And General Abacha was at hand to be able to do that.
Yes, so Queen Sarah, what will be, I am Okubogun. Who God has blessed, no man can curse. Let the show continue on top Serere, Werere, and Werere Serere levels. Una do, una well done. Una well done, una do, una welcome to my page. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so that una go to hear as they go for our Obodo Naija, that is to say, State of the Nation. General Ishola don reveal say it was General IBB who prepared the late General Sani Abacha to take over before his controversial annulment of June 12, 1993 election. The revelation from General Williams contradicts that of General Ibrahim Babangida for a book where he named Journey in Service. So, General Ibrahim Babangida's book, Journey in Service, it be like say, IBB forget plenty things when you know that for him book. He forget to mention say he dey always call General Sani Abacha Khalifa, meaning say he is to succeed him after he don't step aside.
But you couldn't blame General Abacha because, like General Babangida himself said, but forgot to mention that he used to call General Abacha the Khalifa. Okay? Which meant that one way or the other, he was encouraging or motivating General Abacha to succeed him. So, like when people have said, and to a certain extent, in my conversation with General Babangida, just before he stepped aside,
yes,
at 12 o'clock midnight in Mina, he could not answer a question that I asked him.
Okay.
Did you have a blood oath with Abacha that was going to succeed you?
You asked him that question. You asked him that question.
Yes, I asked him that question. I asked him that question. He refused to answer. Because I told him, if you are going to tell me a lie, sir, do not answer.
Wow.
Directly, one-on-one.
In Mina.
In Mina, late night, presidential guest house. You will remember.
Shey una remember, shey una no forget. Shey una no forget, shey una remember say for the first time since 1993, General Ibrahim Babangida admit say Chief MKO Abiola na him win the June 12, 1993 election. He come further put blame on top General Sani Abacha, say na General Sani Abacha na him annul that election without his own authority. Now him General Williams come out, talk am as he be. Tell us, let's hear from General Williams as he take talk am.
Before that, there were a group of civilian governors in his regime who came to see him. And you know what? They were encouraging him not to hand over.
Civilian governors.
Civilian governors. They were encouraging him not to hand over. And there were certain examples of Egypt.
Look at that.
Yes, they were. I don't want to mention it, but they were encouraging him not to hand over.
Baba Williams, why now? Tell us names. We won't hear names. Not they tell us say you no want mention name. This is my problem. I don't know why people no want to mention names. Mention names, make we know who be the people.
I was looking at him. It was when they left that I started to ask him that question.
Wow.
After telling him that, don't mind these governors. The best thing is for you to leave. Okay?
So, General IBB take block oath with General Sani Abacha. Say na him go succeed am after him don set aside. Go on, Baba. We dey hear you.
But before that,
Wow.
2 important meetings took place. One was in Lagos immediately after the coup.
No. You have jumped now. Which coup?
In Lagos,
General, which coup are you referring to?
the November coup, the coup that led Babangida to step aside.
Well, no.
After June 12.
So, I hereby step aside wey General IBB talk that year. No be voluntarily. E be like say na coup. Baba no wan talk am. Baba Williams, tell us everything now.
After June 12.
Okay, well, Babangida stepped aside voluntarily. We don't know of a coup for him to step. I mean, maybe you guys did a coup. Is Babangida, are you talking about Babangida or Abacha?
See, June 12 happened.
Yes.
After that, they stopped the announcement of the election
Yes.
because people put pressure on Babangida that the election must be cancelled, must be annulled. Okay.
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. Then interim government came in.
Exactly.
When the interim government came in, there was a meeting before the interim government where officers of brigadier generals and above of the armed forces met in Nassau Villa.
Okay.
Late Attorney General Akpangbo
Yes.
was the only civilian there,
In that meeting.
and he was the Attorney General. When the discussion started about June 12,
Yes.
yeah, Babangida was correct. I was totally alarmed. I said, what are we discussing? What are we discussing here? I thought we came here to discuss the handing over process, not what I'm hearing. General Abacha was sitting to my right, and in between me and General Abacha was General Dia.
Okay.
General Abacha said, oh, no, Ishola, don't talk like that now. I said, no, sir. We should be discussing to hand over, not annulment. On what basis are we annulling this election? Nobody answered me. It was only late Admiral Ikomo
Okay.
who supported my statement.
So this meeting that you are referring to was held after the annulment or before the annulment?
By that time, it was not annulled yet.
Okay.
The election had taken place.
Okay.
The announcement was going on before they stopped it.
All right, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. So I was thinking the meeting was being called about the handing over process, only to be told that there were some reasons being given for annulment of the election.
Okay.
And I was asking, what were the reasons at that time?
Wow.
Nobody could answer me. It was only the late General Abacha who said, oh, no, Ishola, don't speak like that now. I said, no. We came there for handover process, not annulment.
And then late General Ikomo, I know he was Navy, but the general equivalent supported you.
Now, the issue was this. Ikomo was supported me. No other officer stood up to say anything. I was surprised. I was surprised and shocked. And what happened thereafter in the meeting was Babangida telling Anthony Akpangbo to tell us about a decree for a transition period. I said, what? Transition period? I know what was interesting about the decree is that General Abacha was the next to take over to whoever was to lead the Transition Council and also to remain as the Minister of Defense. Again, a question, why do we need a Transition Council when elections have been conducted free and fair? Or again, it was like a voice in the wilderness, except again Admiral Komu, which appeared that Admiral Komu, second vice president, did not even know what was happening. Did not even know what was happening. At the end of the day, since I was the only person, but I refused. I said, what? Then I questioned, why should the Abacha Minister of Defense be the person to take over in case anything happens to the head of the transitional government? But we don't need transitional government anyway. We don't need it. But who am I? It was ruled out. Then, as we were coming out, I met the one Mr. Aluko there. Okay. He was personal assistant to Chief Shonekom.
Yes.
I called him aside. And I told him, why are you people, why is your chief taking this appointment? It's not going to last long. It's not going to last long. Let him read the decree. Let him read the decree to show that the whole decree was being planned in such a way so that Abacha could take over. The decree was drafted. It showed that they wanted Abacha to take over. And when Shonekom calls a meeting, the Abacha will not go for the meeting. And he remained in Lagos and the seat of government in
Abuja.
And in Abuja. Okay, when there's any meeting, the Abacha will not go. Okay. Now, he got to a point in which the whole transition something was obviously to be short-lived because there were many officers, those who didn't want the election to hold, who were still pushing. And since General Abacha was their leader at that time, that was it. So it was not surprising that it could happen. Okay. It was not surprising at all.
Just as a follow-up, you did say that when the meeting was called at the Aso Villa, where all the generals were meeting, and you had expected that the meeting is going to be about handing over, but it turns out people in that meeting were talking about annulment. You said that the only person that supported you was Admiral Aikomu. Now, it turned out that when the annulment was going to be done, it was Aikomu's press secretary that issued that handwritten statement annulling the elections. Do you know whether Aikomu supported that statement, General?
No, but to remember, everybody could remember that time that the statement had no signature, no letterhead, nothing.
Yeah.
So people did not take it serious at all. Oh, well, because it looked anonymous. Okay. And nobody in the meeting, including me, was aware of that notice before the meeting. Okay, I guess it was during the meeting that that statement was quickly issued. Because like General Babangida himself said, Admiral Komu did not know that his own press secretary has issued an on-site statement to the press.
To the press.
Okay?
Okay.
The whole thing was already planned before the meeting by General Babangida and his advisors and cohort. So you wanted to present something they both agreed on, especially those in their cohort have agreed on, to those of us who are outside it to endorse, which I refused to, But unfortunately, like I said, only Admiral Komu, who was an insider, but at the same time an outsider, supported me. Yeah. All other officers kept quiet.
It's okay, it's all right. Now, him and I don't hear so as they go for our Obodo Naija. For more tori as they go for our Obodo Naija, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Emir Presenter. Like, share, and subscribe so that una go dey hear plenty as they go for our Obodo Naija. Stay there and remain blessed. Shalom.